Greetings, Grapple fans. It's your Director of Fun, Mike Quackenbush, back here for Free Match Monday and your podcast A-Go-Go. We're going to head back to Season 15 for today's match and look at trios action, pitting the Arcane Horde against the Nightmare Warriors. Main event dead ahead, Leonard F. CHIKARA and Mike Quackenbush calling the action for you at Colony Collapse in Manhattan, and another Challenge of the Immortals tiebreaker.
Both these teams coming in here have 6 points apiece in Challenge of the Immortals, and there you see the Arcane Horde down a man. Ultramantis Black injured. I don't know when we're ever going to see Ultramantis Black again, if at all.
Right, but career-ending injury for Ultramantis Black, the team captain. And boy, they could sure use him out there right now because they're up against the Nightmare Warriors. Look at this. They're kicking it off fast.
They're in that prayer circle or whatever that was, and immediately, as soon as the Arcane Horde's backs were turned, they grabbed Oleg, pulled him to the outside, and the Batiri just explode onto the outside. And this one is breaking down fast.
You ain't kidding. Coming to the rescue of Oleg the Usurper. They spent a number of months where these guys just were not on the same page whatsoever. And I think in the wake of King of Trios this year, we've seen them really solidify as a team, but maybe a moment too late. Team captain Ultramantis Black, as we said, suffering a career-ending injury. They've got to go the rest of the distance in this double round robin as a trio.
We see Frightmare in there with Kodama. Getting the boot up does Kodama, putting some distance between himself. Big spinning back elbow. And like you said before, Mike, now at this point in the game, while Oleg and the Batiri are on the same page, it might be too little too late, but do not count anyone out here and challenge the Immortals.
He sidestepped him, but Kodama, so nimble, he landed right on the apron. He did not go to the floor. Now using him as a pommel horse, he vaulted off of Frightmare. Here he comes, Cazadora. Kodama finds it, drops flat very quickly here. Drop kick on the money. Boy, flawless form from Kodama today in New York City.
What a long way these two have come. I remember back in Brooklyn when we had that event at the Warsaw, they had a match for the Young Lions Cup, did Kodama and Frightmare back when Frightmare was the Young Lions Cup champion. Those competitors at different points in their career, as the grand champion now enters the contest, taking on O'Barry.
Boy, most of our spookiest competitors are all in one match very neatly here. It's very apropos for October. Great looking octopus hold here from O'Barry, and Frightmare not going to let that stand. No, he comes right to the rescue of Hollow Wicked. You see the Nightmare Warriors are quick to aid our grand champion. He is their team captain.
And I do not envy Bryson trying to keep order in this one with these 6 disparate personalities. And you mentioned some of the spookiest characters on the roster. They're all in this one. And while the Batiri and Oleg kind of on the side of good these days, not above breaking or bending the rules, where the Nightmare Warriors are going to be full steam ahead, just like that drop kick we saw there from Frightmare.
Nowhere to go, trapped up against the turnbuckle, all force. Look how he vaults in and out like a gymnast does Frightmare, well regarded for his high-flying skills. Both these guys have spent quite a bit of time overseas. Of course, Frightmare had toured with Osaka Pro, extended tour of Michinoku Pro for O'Barian. Backing him into the corner right now. Here comes Blind Rage. He was with us all the way back in the beginning, that very first event on May 25th, 2002. The same could be said of Hollow Wicked. Experience is clearly in the Nightmare Warriors' corner.
Right, and again, not only experience in general, as you mentioned, 2 men on the very first CHIKARA event back in 2002, but they didn't have those growing pains to get to this point to become the cohesive unit that they have. They all work together in the thrall of Hollowicked.
On the second rope now, O'Barian, real mistake there. He just got yanked up into the air by Blind Rage. You saw the back of his head smack the mat. Oleg the Usurper started donning some Batiri colors there. Ever since King of Trios, we've seen him put on a little war paint.
A show of solidarity. I like seeing that amongst the Arcane Horde members.
Yeah, especially after all that time they spent with it, just could not get it together. Hollowicked there. One right between the shoulder blades of O'Barian. He tried to keep him down on the mat. He couldn't. O'Barian was quick to get back to his vertical base. Real seesaw match here, back and forth action.
And New York is a Batiri crowd as you hear them rallying behind O'Barian, trying to get him back on the offense, back in the game as he is being decimated by all three members of the Nightmare Warriors. Snapmare off the top and sends him 3/4 of the way across the ring, does Hollowicked.
High impact move there, all across the back, whipped from the neck. Super Snapmare is only good for 2 tonight in New York City. Hollowicked now pulling up O'Barian. You know, most of the time when we come to New York City, we're the weirdest dressed guys in town. But with New York Comic-Con going on this weekend, not so much.
Just a lot of Poison Ivies and Harley Quinns.
There was a pretty impressive Hulkbuster over there. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see the video of that. I did, yes.
Yeah. Blind Rage now dominating O'Barian. He's been in there for at least 2-3 minutes now by himself.
Quick to the cover, the I guess, underrated strength of Blind Rage.
The Forgotten Monster, as he is sometimes referred to. Of course, he went into semi-retirement for several years and was absent from the CHIKARA sphere for quite some time before being drafted by Hollowicked back into full-time duty here as one of the Nightmare Warriors. Man, what an intimidating look on his face. I guess anybody other than the Batiri might be intimidated by that look on Blind Rage.
Continuing the assault on the lower back and keeping O'Barian away from his partners, sending him right back into the Nightmare Warriors corner. Frequent tags in and out. Oh, come on, Bryce. There's 2 guys in here. Get somebody out.
Running him back into a neutral corner here. The Nightmare Warriors send O'Barian across the ring. Picking him up here. This is one of their trademarks. Sidewinder from the corner. Oh, look at that. He's trying to pick up that far leg, too. Great idea on the part of Frightmare. You just kind of have to initiate that a second quicker there if you want to bring that weight up onto the shoulder blades.
Took the words right out of my mouth on that one.
Body slam by Frightmare, a guy who's certainly well known for his high-flying moves like this one. Oh, he tried that moonsault double knee drop. Wow, it was 2 kneecaps into the mat. Yeah, I'd be feeling that too. And knee pads are not.
Frightmare had a history of knee injuries. He was out for a while.
He missed almost a year.
Yes, he was, but there's the tag. Kodama in for his team. The freshman ready to go. Takes Frightmare down. Double drop kick for the other 2 members of the Nightmare Warriors. Keep Frightmare in there after he landed on his knees. The explosive offense of Kodama here. 2 kicks. Face first into the canvas. Bounces him right back up like a Super Bowl. Brings him right back down with a neck breaker cover.
Hollowicked keeping his eye on the action there. This one could have been over. Great series of moves out of Kodama. Kodama's on his way to Sleepy Hollow. Just kicked him. Thunderous maneuver right to the midsection there. It'll drive the wind out of him.
It's a good way to crack or fracture a rib as well. And that happens to you in a course of a match like this, you are done for. You can't put a brace. You can't put a bandage on your ribs if they're injured. And that's exactly what a move like Go to Sleepy Hollow will do. No different than just stepping on your face like Hollowicked was doing there to Kodama.
Tell you what, Hollowicked of late, we've seen him using a deadly new move, Never Wake Up. He spiked Shenron with it last month at King of Trios. Blind Rage now in the ring here, pressing the advantage while they've got it. I thought Kodama had really swung the momentum in the favor of his team, but it was just momentary, Leonard. That's how dangerous the Nightmare Warriors are. They were able to swing things back in their favor as the pendulum continues to signal the momentum shifts.
And of course, the difference maker was our grand champion in Hollowicked. The assault was done to Frightmare, and if Hollowicked wasn't there to save his partner, this match would have been over just like that. Now Blind Rage with a cover, only 2. And as you see Blind Rage, when he is in there, he is focusing on keeping the opponent on the canvas, stretching them out. Knee in the back, camel clutch as we saw before in O'Barian. You've got to keep these guys down. They've got they've got speed advantage over him. By keeping him on the canvas, that's a way to nullify that.
And Rage here. Got a dragon sleeper of sorts. Kodama's starting to wiggle his way out there.
One more time, go to Sleepy Hollow, perhaps?
Tandem version, working together. Frightmare and Hollow Wicked, rolling him away from his corner there. Frightmare's got the right instinct on that one. He clasped his hands, had a really solid cradle there. These guys are so very, very dangerous, are the Nightmare Warriors. You can see Kodama's really struggling to come up off the mat.
Backs him into the corner, sends him to the other side. Kodama puts the brakes on, gets the elbow up.
This. Oh, he came right out and scored with an ace crusher in mid-ring. This is his best chance. He needs to get over there and tag Oleg. Oleg is the freshest man in his corner.
Yeah, I don't think Oleg's officially been in this contest. He was involved in that opening brawl. Now Oleg is in. House of Fire ducks the line. Big boot there, takes out Blind Rage. Sees the Grand Champ coming. Catches him with a super kick.
Oleg's ruling the ring here. Hollow Wicked's on Dream Street, and Blind Rage looking much the worse for wear. Oleg, we've seen him do this to one opponent. I wonder if he's going to try and pick them both up. More speed for Blind Rage. Oh, Hollow Wicked saw it coming, put that Yakuza kick right in his mush.
A worthy, valiant try here by Oleg the Usurper, but trying to take on two men, especially the caliber of Hollow Wicked and Blind Rage by yourself. I don't know anyone that would be able to do that.
That's an uphill battle if ever there was one. Now the Nightmare Warriors working in tandem against Oleg the Usurper. Tandem corner kick. Man, their tag team maneuvers have really been on point thus far. Blind Rage now is ready. Northern Light suplex, high bridge. He had great form, but he couldn't keep the Usurper down.
Bryce says only two, the Batiri worse for wear after the beating they took. Oleg not doing much better himself. This match has been mostly the Nightmare Warriors in control. And like I said, I think that's the longevity that they've had working as a tandem through the better part of 2015 as opposed to just recently getting on the same page. As we mentioned before about the Batiri and Oleg the Usurper. Now all three members of the Nightmare Warriors in there. Sends him in. Kodama there with the assist, not letting Oleg hit the buckle. Drop kick sends Blind Rage into the buckle himself. Big high cross body takes out the other two members of the Nightmare Warriors.
Oh, Barry in there. He's so explosive. He's so quick. Wow, they're just pouring it on here. Batiri, they've got him covered up. Man, Hollow Wicked had to get there. If he'd been a split second later, this contest would already be over. Oh, he just sent Kodama all the way out to the ring post, shoulder first.
And that's the sign of a great captain in Hollow Wicked. Every time one of his partners are in trouble, he is there immediately for the assist. Now going for the Headless Horseman. Frightmare and Hollow Wicked.
They score with a Headless Horseman. Very, very dangerous double team move. Wow, they still couldn't hold O'Barian down. So much on the line in this one. One of these two teams is going to pull ahead in the Challenge of the Immortals in this tiebreaker contest.
Frightmare pitches O'Barian to the outside. Kodama, maybe they feel Kodama is the easier picking of the two Batiri members that have taken so much punishment in this contest. Blind Rage, Hollow Wicked now have something in mind for Kodama.
They're just pouring it on here. They're sending him back into the wrong part of town. Look at this. Oh, a double choke slam from the Usurper. So incredibly powerful. And now Frightmare. Oh boy, I don't like the looks of this.
Frightmare was going for a Yakuza. There was no way he was getting up that high. Big leaping DDT by O'Barian. Frightmare has got to be out of it, but they're not going for the pin. What are they thinking here, Mike?
Oleg's directing traffic. He's got some kind of idea. What are they thinking? The big squish in the ropes, setting him up. Classic Batiri double team coming up the Alabama. The knee. Good night, Frightmare. Oh, that's going to do it. I don't see anybody kicking out of that move. And it's spelled defeat for Frightmare and the Nightmare Warriors in Manhattan. There, you just heard the official word, fans, and from commentation saying goodnight tonight. It's Mike Quackenbush for Leonard F. CHIKARA, for Bryce Remsburg. Good night.
And remember, with all the updates on CHIKARAPro.com, we thank you good night.
Fans, trios bouts, atomicos, even cyberneticos, all that and a whole lot more awaits you in our vast and varied video vault, all of which is accessible for unlimited streaming at chikaratopia.com.